We're in Rome for the next round of the round of 10. Akari on pole from Inet Fabness and Stella Campo. Then it's Jack Sanchez, Wavo, and Dexy the Camino. Yuki Chua starts 7th from Dan Stark, and U-Cable, not the favourite to win in the playoff format. Then it's Steel Red. And then outside of the top 10, we've got Pedro Schumacher, Lawless Leclerc, Leo, Pastor Maldonado starts 14th, and it's Russell Santan, Marcus Nelson, Starl of Kind, I Will, Steve Gabo, Jacko Tigranes, Bob, and in 22nd, it's MF1 World. And you can see one of our camera overhangs. You're not meant to do that, that is a crane ladder. But we're in Rome for the first time in a long time. It's raining today, all 5 laps to 1. And the Roman Prix is green. And from the top 2, Akari off to a better start than Inet Fabness. Campo and Sanchez actually look to get an amazing start. Fabness getting a better acceleration coming through the second stage of the start. They're side by side. The Romanian and the Philippine driver are coming through the first chicane. Camino with a 5-second time penalty and spearing into the barriers there. That is Daniel Bog. No, that's not even Daniel Bogdasarov. That was Ocampo we saw weaving quite heavily into the barriers. Went Revo. And he's lost his front wing. He's going to have to get that replaced. Not the opening lap that number 7 would have wanted to have after, admittedly, a pretty alright showing last time out. U-Cable now with a 5-second time penalty. Both Braun cars are going to have to serve 5 seconds at the end of this race. Schumacher, we believe, side by side with Revo there. He's been cleared by the number 7. But he's gonna have to pit. Revo has to pit. And that's the sad fact on this opening lap. But Akari leads this race 1.8 seconds ahead of Inet Fabness. Looks as if he could have had a good shot after the first few turns. We do have some breaking news. Next EV Neo will return to the Formula E Monoposto Championship next season, replacing Skoda. Now, this is pretty massive information for you longtime fans, because you should know, next EV Neo, as we see Revo coming into the pits, not only have they not been seen since Season 1, but they were actually the second team to win in the championship. It was Renault who won the first handful of races, and then round 4 came along, and U-Cable, we believe, if I've got this right, yes, U-Cable did win in Sao Paulo, round 4, for that next EV Neo team. U-Cable, currently a playoff driver, currently running in 7th for Braun GP, a team that he's helped to bring up. That was his first team. As well as this, Renault are going to be leaving for what seems to be the 8th time in this series. And they're going to become Envision Version Racing for Season 16, with Lamborghini's entry to be bought out by Apps and rebranded to Apps Sport Cleaner. And finally, Hyperdrive Racing will be getting a soft rebrand as we enter lap 3, with Akari setting a new fastest lap of 118.149. Lap times definitely take a hit in the rain. Hyperdrive Racing received a soft rebrand. They will be called Hyperdrive SRT, with backing from Spark Racing Technologies, which is quite interesting. Okay, back to the racing then. Revo currently down in last place, but he is gaining on this man Bob, is up ahead of him. That is T. Gavo, the Italian 29, trying to get past Jacko Tigranes, whose seat is gonna have to be vacated. And there goes Gavo, still side by side with Tigranes though. So this is not going to end anytime soon. iWorld actually right behind him. This is a pinch point of a chicane. And it's a wonder they don't collide. Gavo now edging ahead of Tigranes, trying to even get past Leclerc if he can. Pedro Schumacher, currently the man in 10th position with his teammate in MF1 World, trying to get past Pastor Maldonado. Vasquez Chantan right ahead of him as well. Akari setting a new fastest lap, being matched by Ocampo, a 118 dead from his countryman, currently in third. And out of the top 4, 3 of them are Filipinos. I doubt that's the correct word, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I keep saying Filipino, and it's like, it just makes more sense to me if it's Philippine. I'm kind of dumb. I'm just gonna say that. Yuki Suo, he's 7 seconds off the back of Dav Sanchez. The top 4 breaking away from the rest of the pack, even more than what they should, considering that they are the playoff field. And Ravo has cleared Bob now. And I'm telling you, if Ravo, at his home race, the only time he's going to race at home in this season, if he wins, he's going to deserve it more than anyone else, considering the adversity he's gone through, especially considering we don't have safety cars. We just have full course yellows. The reason we don't have safety cars in this championship, basically, it halts the flow of racing too much. Especially considering the nature of most of the accidents, they do kind of just clear themselves up. Ocampo setting a new fastest lap, a 1:17.950. The boy is flying out there, consistently setting quick times, even though he's got a damaged nose cone. The damage isn't even, reportedly that bad, but it's still damage nonetheless. I think Andretti are going to have to look at the damage on that car and question why it's making them faster, and that could help them next season. Oh, that's a lot of weaving from the number 1 car, and we are hearing rumors now, just rumors, that Andretti will lose the DS backing, and that DS backing could either go to Hyperdrive or the new Pinnacle Pinnacle Motorsport. We don't know. And there goes Bogdasarov on the cable up into 7th for the Frenchman. And he's chasing after the other Braun car as well. Ocampo, quite a ways ahead of these guys. He's chasing after Arnett Badness as well. We do see on the radar, even though we are approaching half race distance, as Akari slaps back with a new fastest lap. And Ocampo says, not too sure about that one. Goes 2/10 quicker. He's right on the back of the Hyperdrive number 14. Doesn't think of sending it down the inside, but they're both closing in on Akari with their fight that they're having. And they're not exactly conserving ERS. Same with Akari, actually. It does seem like these guys not really thinking of using ERS to power down straights too much. Possibly in a bid to try and save it for the end of the race. Although if they crash, it'd make it embarrassing. MS1 World, by the way, he's found himself up into 10th position. Milraz watching as UK ball's gone past Bogdasarov. Interesting to note. Still a lot of weaving out there because of how old some of these tires are. Ravo currently in 15th. Leo trying to get past Salas Guides. There he goes. He's going to dive down the inside. 16th for Leo. Almost colliding there. Same with Leclerc and Zagrana is over 18. And that's the kind of fighting for position we like seeing. Ocampo dropping off of the back of Badness. UK ball sending it past the second sector. Is this a civil war between the two Brauns? They're going to go side by side heading into Parabolica. On to lap 7 of 13. We've surpassed our race distance. How did they not touch? How on earth did the two Braun cars not touch? That was so close to contact and just straight turmoil for the two cars. As now UK ball, he's dropped off in the back of his own teammate. He's not getting the slipstream benefits. Bogdasarov is closing in, but he ain't got what UK ball has. Not even UK ball has. Milraz has more ERS deploy than two cars ahead of him. UK ball has 4% attack charge, 18% attack charge for Bogdasarov, and 53 for Milraz. The Swede just knows how to conserve. He might try and use it coming down the straight. Yes, I'm pretty sure that Renault are relaying this information to him. And I think for Renault as well, this is probably what they want. They probably want to get one more slice of glory before they leave the championship, possibly forever. As There he is, Milres getting up to the back. Up close and personal with Bogdasarov. Lap 8 of 13. There goes Milres up into 8th position. This championship, this playoff, the playoff format, unlike in NASCAR, it's not exactly a win and you're in system. It's more like winning will help you. And in the next 2 rounds, the final 4 and the round of 6, winning will guarantee you a slot to try and fight for the championship. And in the final 4, it will give you the championship. Here, it's more a win and it is recommended as side-by-side almost contact between Bogdasarov and Milres. It's a wonder they haven't crashed. It's a wonder that we don't have any retirements in this race. Although last time I said that, someone was tired. I might have to keep my mouth shut. Ravo currently in 11th, almost the wall for Milres. He's been shown the door by Bogdasarov. French World War II tactics. And that is how he's gonna keep it to himself. As UK, well, he's really dropped off at the back of his teammates. So no real fight is happening in the top 9, apart from Bogdasarov and Milres, because Akari, he's dominating. He's flying out there. He starts lap 9 of 13. 4 laps left. It's been raining all day. It's been dogging out there. As Ocampo, he's really gaining in the braking, but that Andretti just doesn't really seem too stable going through the turns. That's probably where the damage is coming in for him. That's where he's feeling it the most, and he's like, yeah, there is something up with this car. But it's not enough as to where he must pit. He's not being shown that black flag with an orange disc. And he's trying to close into Ravenous as much as he can. All about if he can, because he's currently a second down. This was actually our top 3 until the end at London, and then Akari retired, so it would have actually been flipped somewhat. And he's gonna try and close in. Ravo's caught up to the back of MF1 World. He's probably poised to make the pass. He's got fresher tires in MF1 World, which you might not think matter that much in the wet. But still, fresh tires of any kind are good. On to lap 10 of 13. Akari still leads this E3. It's been an almost lights the flag affair for him. Cars are now beginning to get lapped here. Bob, a first victim of getting lapped. Gabo has been lapped. And Iwell, he's about to get lapped by that supremely powerful Pinnacle Formula E car right behind him. Trying to close in as much as he can. Whoa! That was not a safe place to try and lap a car. Oh, that was so dangerous. I kind of love that from Akari. That's how, you know, he's a true champion. He went to try and make a move where no one else would. MF1 World is asked to let Wavo go through. So at least Wavo will know he's going to get a playoff point. But he's diving in again. Second stop. 10 of 13. And they're going on to Inters. Intermediate tires going on to these cars. Ocampo 5 seconds for causing a collision. Not as much as you'd think, considering he's got a 5-second buffer to Sanchez behind. But are any of these guys going on to dry compound tires? We're going to go on board with Akari here. Well, look at Bob. No, look at Milres rather, because he'll be the last one to come in, and the double stacking at Pinnacle. And this double stack can hinder them quite a bit. They had a gap to Babinus. So the question is, will that gap be enough? And that hyperdrive car is not ahead of him. Akari should hold race lead. And he does. Looking at Milres now, he will be the last one to come in and make a pit stop. And if he goes on to drive, this is going to mean quite a lot for the rest of this race. Let's see. Peels into pit lane. And it is Inters going on to the Swedes tires. Inters going on to UK Wolves tires. He had to double stack. And oh my goodness, coming out of pit exit, Akari had to lap a car. But the fact that he had to double stack has now meant we're going to get a fight to the end here. it's gonna be a grandstand finish. Ocampo's not gonna be a part of this. He's gonna drop to 4th at best. But Badness is 6/10 away from a race win in the playoffs. It would see him take the top of the playoffs standings. And no, Ravo and MF1 World are not coming into pit lane, thankfully, so it is seemingly going to stay as is. But take a look at the steering wheel, 51, 52%. There's definitely an increase in tire temps out there. So, Akari, he's under threat from losing this race lead. And who else to threaten that than his own teammate? There goes Leo. Kind of seems so slow when you go on board with him. There goes Badness past Leo. Looks like he got held up for quite a bit there. That could have just ended this entire fight for the lead. It's all about how quickly can Akari and Badness clear these cars. But depending on how quickly they can do it, then if he can do it quickly, then it's going to be good for Akari. If Akari can't do it quickly, then Badness is going to close right back up to the back of that black Pinnacle car, which has been at the pinnacle of its form all time since we rocked up in Manila last season. 2 seconds, that's the gap. It's over. It's over. Ravo setting up the fastest lap of the E3 to make sure that he's going to reach that same amount of points that UK gets, which could be important. As there goes UK. I thought that was on Mealrise. That was on Bob. Sorry. I was about to make a sensationalist commentary over that. The top 11 are gonna be the last guys on the lead lap. Gabo with a 5-second time penalty causing a collision. And that is with... I don't know if anyone's gonna puncture. Sebo Campos is gonna take the fastest lap from Ravo there. Unfortunate for the number 7, but these things happen. Camino sets the fastest third sector of anyone. And the track on this final lap is definitely looking a little bit greener, as we would say. The top 2 have lapped everyone up to MF1 World. That is 10 cars lapped, a new FEMC record. Although this record won't count so much considering the circumstances it was put in. We're not going to count this record as anything too major. It wasn't that much of a truly dominant affair. But for Akari, it's been lights to flag for the number 10. He faced a little bit of adversity from the man that's currently behind him 1.5 seconds back. But as he rounds out the final turn, he enters that final turn. And after the heartbreak in London, it is redemption day for Akari, who rounds the final turn. And he is going to win the Rome Prix in the playoffs and take the fastest lap right before Badness takes it from his hands. In second, Ocampo is going to be third at the line. But fourth, mathematically, due to his 5-second time penalty, Camino should come home 5th. Suo right on his gearbox. And he will take a fastest third sector. Mealres is 8th with Bob Sassarov in 7th. UK 9th with Revo 10th. That is your point scorers. No retirements. Pretty luckily today. And MF1 will be the last man to come across the line. So let's just ride on board with him. 69% higher temperature. There was a very good chance that had there been 5 more laps, the track would have been dry. That is the level. As we see him round out the final turn. There's no spray coming off in the back of that Skoda. Likely because he's not following any other car. And this is the podium then. Akari wins the Rome Prix for Minot Famanes and Das Sanchez. Then it's Sebo Campo, Yuki Sue, Daniel Bolsar, Neil David Cameron, Ucable, and Ravo. The top 10, with everyone else finishing the race. And considering they're not playoff drivers, I wouldn't say it's too important. In the playoff standings, it is Ocampo from Badness, from Suo, from Akari, from Sanchez, Neil Bob Sarov, Ravo, Camino, and you cable the playoff eligible drivers. And considering that there are only 26 more points to play, well, it is still all to play for to into the playoffs. So we'll see you guys next time then, when we return in the playoffs of Season 15.